Really sorry for the delay. We were ready 20 minutes ago, but we had a little issue with the key to get it to the live. So we were talking about crypto, about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and what was the things that were motivating us to get into this kind of videos and talk and becoming streamers. So Alessandro, I welcome you, and please tell people what are you thinking about streaming at this time. Sorry, about Bitcoin, about and what is your life? Who are you? Who are you?
Yeah, first of all, thank you that I can be here with you guys and sharing everything with you. So basically, I am Alessandro the Crypto. I have a YouTube channel. I started in 2018, sharing like my journey and all everything I'm doing with you guys. And it doesn't matter if it comes to trading or if I'm investing in projects or whatever I'm doing in the crypto space. I'm sharing that with the whole world, basically. And before I started the YouTube journey, I was basically mining and doing computer stuff and mostly focused on Ethereum mining. I also helped some friends and did some tutorials how to set up a miner, how this is working. But everything based on Ethereum because for Bitcoin it was already too late to mine Bitcoin with normal stuff that you have at home, like computers, laptops, GPUs, because I like to build up my own miner and let it run. And I was like more focused on Ethereum. And then when I started to like dig more into the crypto world, what other coins there are, then I discovered that like Bitcoin is the real and only decentralized currency, and that I should better focus on Bitcoin than Ethereum. So I was mining Ethereum, but then converting everything into Bitcoin. And yeah, like that I started. And then when I discovered like that Bitcoin was like the real like one and only big decentralized currency, I started more to trade Bitcoin, also to analyze more the past, what happened with every cycle and so on. And then I was sharing that with all my friends, and then I saw that like you don't have that big of an impact or that big of a range when you're just sharing everything with your friends. So then I decided to make a YouTube channel. So when everyone was asking me what to do or what they should do, I could refer, just watch my videos, just watch the YouTube channel, so I don't have to explain and repeat myself all over again to every single person that I knew. So then I decided to do that YouTube channel. And yeah, some people are now following me. So shout out to all subscribers and people that are joining me in the future as well. So I'm sharing just everything I'm doing. And yeah, sometimes we catch good entries, good exits, sometimes not. But of course, the the biggest or the most important thing is, of course, that you really understand Bitcoin, and that you're a truly believer, and that yeah, you basically just focus on that without too much headache and nothing, and then you should be fine. But of course, if you also want to gamble a bit, if you want to invest into some stuff, or if you want to try out some things that you can do in the crypto space and nowhere else, then of course, um, like you have to keep on track daily, and yeah, always be updated and see what is going on in the crypto world. Yeah, so that's why you should be like following not only me, you can also follow other YouTubers, everyone you can follow, because everyone has always to share something new or their own experience, their own things. And that's why this crypto world makes it very interesting also, to discover the journey of other people. Yeah, but if you're following my channel, yeah, you just have my journey that you can follow. But it's not always that interesting, because most of the times I'm just focused on Bitcoin trading. It's rarely that I'm like shilling or showing other stuff in like other altcoins. I'm like basically more into Bitcoin, little bit Ethereum, traditional markets, and every now and then some altcoins as well, of course, but only, or like most of the times only like focus into that when we are just starting a new bull run, where I believe also Bitcoin will reach new all-time highs. Then I think it's good also to look at some altcoins. But otherwise, during a bear market or like also during this run up, I didn't focus too much on altcoins, more into Bitcoin. Yeah.
Okay. On my side, let me tell you about me. I'm from Colombia, and I heard about Bitcoin, about the crypto world after following a friend that was working on FX with some project, some bot, and I didn't feel that that was the way to invest. So I started investigating a little bit more about about where can I put my money in, and I found out about the Web3 and everything that was going on. And I'm a FX trader. I'm a fixed income trader in my real world. So I knew this kind of things were going to be interesting to see, and I was impressed about what blockchain was doing and what all these kind of Web3 projects were growing. So after a while, I followed in and investigating a lot of bad things about projects. I got into getting into XRP. It's my first coin. Obviously, knowing and having a great lead about and understanding that Bitcoin is the leader and that Bitcoin moves the market, and then comes the altcoins. Bitcoin moves the market, and Ethereum comes next, and then will come the rest of them like XRP, Solana, and all these other coins. And I've been here for over a year, and I found Gate.io can be a great place to be, and try to and use it as a good way to trade. And they have what I appreciate about Gate.io in my point of view is that they are focused on teaching people and people to learn about crypto more and bitcoins more than just doing being an exchange. You go to other places and probably it's not the same, and they're motivating streamers like you and me. And I just came in, and they're motivating us to
Oh,
teach
I'm here.
people about the world. So hi Josh, I'm
I do.
talking about my
Yeah.
personal experience here, and
Oh,
that's why I started like being a streamer in my real time job, in my daily job. I have to do a macroeconomic video each week, so I try to merge both, and that's why I'm here. And I have little money invested, but growing and growing. I have also Bitcoin mining projects. I have a lot of different projects invested, but focusing more on XRP and Bitcoin at the moment. Josh, tell us about you, please. We were waiting for you, but you got just in time.
I think now it's good.
all right, all right. Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
perfect.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, Josh.
Uh, uh, well, how about now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, 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 yes.
Uh, okay, can I proceed?
Yeah, we're waiting for you. Yes, sir. Tell us about you.
Can I proceed? All right,
Yeah,
all
loud and
right.
clear.
So, I'm George Global, and yeah, thank you. And I've been in the crypto space for half a decade. Yeah, half a decade, and I started with investing, crypto investing, and I was able to invest in quite a number of projects. All right. So just like every other beginner when I started, all right, there was some, the ups and downs and certain mistakes of which actually motivated me, and still motivating me to, you know, to reach out to more people to not make the same mistakes. All right, there's a particular project I invested in, which I'm not going to mention now. All right, I did that, through my emotion. I followed my emotion, this fear of missing out. All right, FOMO. All right, I
Yeah,
invested whole and think it's just going to happen, and I'm going to get all the profits and it was so sad. That was many years back, and since then I took my time to get the knowledge I can. All right, and then having gathered so much knowledge over the years, and I've been a successful crypto investor and trader, and of course, I've after that invested successfully, and of course, we don't come to a point whereby we know it all, right? Still getting more knowledge, and to a very large extent, I can say I've um, taken part in quite a number of projects, and it has been successful. And currently, of course, I'm streaming and also a crypto investor, and
We lost your sound, Josh.
Yeah, I think it got interrupted. But maybe he can still
can you
hear
still
us
hear
since
me?
he's here. Now it's good again. Yeah.
Um, okay, no.
I
So
think the line is
it
breaking
is
over here.
important. We lost your sound, but let explain people what how the rules for the awards on this video works, and how you can participate and win awards
I'm not
by being
hearing.
here in the video. I sorry to start talking over you, but we missed your sound, so I don't know if we can explain everyone how the idea of the awards and rewards are for people that are hearing us in the during the stream yard during the streaming. So what I'm seeing here is that we have people that are watching us for over 10 minutes and give us good questions in the chat. Don't repeat them like crazy, please. There will be five lucky winners that can be here, and obviously the system will analyze if we were over 10 minutes in, and one of the prizes will be VIP plus one for the next 14 days after the live stream. That will be a very good reward for everyone. And as you can see in the live, there are red packets that have been distributed by the team of the Gate.io, and they're great stuff for you there. And there's another great rewards that you have 10 points for a lucky draw. And all the analysts, we should analyze who are the top winners. There will be up to five winners in total, but it's important for you to be KYC2 at the end. So anytime you send us a question, please send us a UID with the question so we can share with you. And at the end of the video, we will share who are the winners. I will ask Josh and Alessandro to tell everyone who are the winners. I won't be the one that select them, but you are the two. He came back. You will be the two that will select the winners. I will invite you to select them this time.
No.
So and
All
let's
right.
go.
So
Let's
am
go
I
deep.
back?
Sorry, tell me, Josh. You're back.
All right.
I think he's back. Yeah.
I think you're back, but you're not back. Tell us. And the sound is not the best, so if you can improve your volume, it will be amazing. Hmm. And I don't know if you were able to turn on your camera, but I believe you're having trouble with it. Hello.
Yeah. Apparently, his camera and all the microphone have some issues. I guess.
All right. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, we're here. We're here.
Yeah, like I said earlier on, I'm having issues with the webcam right here, but I don't know if you can, if the audio is okay. If the audio is
Yeah.
okay.
I think
All
the audio
right.
is now okay.
I'm really sorry about that. So are we good? Are we good?
Yeah, we're waiting for you.
Are we
You
good?
have the you have the word to talk.
Maybe there is a latency or something. I'm not sure.
Something he's having trouble. So sorry, Josh. Anytime you want to give us a heads up, you can talk even in the private chat. There's a private chat in the right, so you can talk and write us down anything you want. Let's focus on the on what we're here to and try to analyze what's happening with the market. What do you believe is happening, Alessandro? You're the great guy about Bitcoin.
Well, yes, since I'm focusing mostly on Bitcoin, so for everyone that is already a subscriber of my channel, which has the same name, Alessandro the Crypto, um, this rally that we got by now, this bear market rally, was expected since like the end of 2022. I did also a video that you can watch like in my channel, where I told to my audience that I'm going to buy heavily again Bitcoin after the bear market, that I believe that the bottom was close or already in between $15,000 to $20,000, and that we are in for a nice rally. And at that time, when we were still trading below $20,000, I told you that the target would be between $40,000 to $50,000, towards 45 to 47K, because there we had that bull trap after the all-time high of $69,000. We had a lot of resistance at around 46, 47K. And I told you already by then that most likely once we're going to reach that price target, that we will get a lot of FOMO, a lot of euphoria, and a lot of hype around Bitcoin, and everyone will be most likely screaming that the new all-time high will be incoming. And at that time, I told you also that time-wise, it depends when we're going to reach that target of around 50K. Because if it's going to be after the Bitcoin halving, then I told you by then that it's very likely that we are going to go straight away towards new all-time highs. But if it's going to happen before the next Bitcoin halving, especially if we still have many months before the next Bitcoin halving, time-wise, it would make sense that somewhere between 40 to 50K, we're going to top out and then have another massive crash before the next Bitcoin halving, which always, this is what we always got before the next Bitcoin halving. After a bear market rally, another crash, 30 to 40% drop from that high, and then start that bull run towards new all-time highs. And that doesn't mean that we have to crash down to new lows, but I think that for the best case scenario, we could go sideways now between 30 to 40K, or most likely between 35 to 40K for the best case scenario. But for the worst case scenario, I think that it's likely that we could see a drop even down towards the low 30s, and maybe even have some short-term wicks below $30,000 in the next coming 1 or 2 months. And then in April, close to the Bitcoin halving, reach the low, and then after the Bitcoin halving, then start slowly to raise and start that bull run towards new all-time highs. So on the way to the downside, I think some bounces, they will be incoming, but over the long term, over the next coming weeks, especially if you're trading in the higher time frames like the monthly and weekly time frame, I think we are most likely heading more down or sideways, and I'm not expecting to reach new all-time highs or new highs after the local high that we had now at $49,000. But I'm of course also opened up for new theories or new ideas, or if you disagree with my TA, of course you can let me know in the chat, or you guys, Crypto Bernie and Josh Global, you can let me know that. But this is at least my sentiment, and also based on some indicators that I'm also watching all the time, that are suggesting that most likely more downside is possible for the next coming weeks and months, and that we should be ready, that we can at any time drop down towards 30K. But on the other hand, we can also just go sideways until the next Bitcoin halving, and then start that bull run towards new all-time highs without having a big crash down towards the low 30s. But looking at the history, I think it's just more likely that we're going to revisit the low 30s, at least the 35 to 36K. And I don't expect that 39K was now the bottom of this drop that we have seen from 49K down to 39K. I think that more downside has to come. But on the way to the downside, of course, we're going to have some bounces. And I think one bounce is going on right now that could take us, I think this week, maybe again to 42, maybe even 43K. But I don't expect to go higher than that. And afterwards, most likely come down to retest the 40 to 39K. And over time, probably also lose that support short term.
Okay. So I personally have seen the moving average that of 100 days will be it's always it's always a support, and last time this time 38 was close to 38K, and obviously jumped over that, and I'm with you that probably there will be another crash, but it will be fluctuating between the 38 and probably 44,000 before having a big correction down to over 35K before the halving, and then probably we can go up and go to the to a big high before the halving, can have a correction, and then at the end I expect that around November we can go to over an all-time high. Probably you're going over 100,000. I've been watching another thing that is really interesting about the crypto world and the crypto mining, and specifically about Bitcoin mining. There's from the 10 or the biggest companies that are there in the world with the price that we have here, and the Bitcoin mining, it's not a good business for them. So there are only two miners at this time that are able to do business with this price. So or price goes up, or they're going to be out of the business. At 42,000 or 40,000, they're out of the business. They needed to be over
That's correct.
43,000. So I expected that something kind of what you're saying, even though the moving average it has been a support, and every time it touches it, it jumps up. So
The
I
200 daily
recommend
moving average.
everyone to take a look at it.
The 200 daily moving average.
Yeah.
Yeah, because based on the daily time frame, we can even drop down to the 200 daily moving average. But in the past, I have seen also that moving average sometimes lost. And then, of course, if that one would get lost, the next one are in the weekly and monthly time frames that we have to watch. Usually when everyone is panicking or when all kind of supports are getting lost, then normally we have to zoom out and then go over into the weekly and monthly. And there we are far away from all kind of important moving averages when really everything is crashing and no one knows what is going on. Because if that happens, the easiest thing to do is just to go over into the weekly and monthly time frame, and then you see immediately where we most likely gonna drop to. But so far I think the daily time frame is a good time frame to watch at, because there we also bounced right now at the 100 daily moving average. So that bounce that we are seeing right now is happening from the 100 daily moving average. So the daily time frame is a good time frame to watch at. And I think that once we're going to lose the 100 daily moving average, we're going to drop straight down to the 200 daily moving average. And if I'm not wrong, that one is currently at around $33,000. And if we gonna fall down towards that price target, it would also make sense to come all the way down towards the $31,000 area, in my opinion, because there we had a lot of resistance, basically from March until October, almost the whole year of 2023. We were chopping around between $31,000 and $24,000. So during that time, 31K was always the strongest resistance. We always got rejected there. And I think that if we're coming down to the 200 daily moving average, we maybe even short term gonna lose it quickly as a support, but then immediately come back up again towards the 200 daily moving average. Because I think if we're coming down towards that low price level, I think that 31K is also very likely incoming and to be tested if we're coming that low. That's why if you're like putting buy orders, I would definitely start to DCA again into Bitcoin, especially if you took some profits here between 42 to 47K, to start DCA into Bitcoin. Everything below 35 to 34K, everything below that price level, I would start definitely to DCA into Bitcoin and just put buy orders everywhere, like 34, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, and so on, down to even 20K if you have enough fiat on the sideline. But honestly, like between 27 to 35K would be a very good buy opportunity in my opinion. This is of course no financial advice, but this is definitely what I would do. And you can go also, for example, to get.io and then just put some spot buy orders between those price levels, so you don't have always 24/7 to monitor the price. If it's going to happen, if we're going to drop down towards those price levels, immediately your buy orders would get filled. If not, then of course you can just manually put buy orders. If, for example, we're reaching the 35K area and we're going to stay there for many weeks, then of course you have enough time to just change your orders. But if we would see a small wick down, then of course you need to be very fast, or you just have to have some spot buy orders already placed in those price ranges, so you won't miss out on a good buy opportunity and to buy more Bitcoin before the next Bitcoin halving. Because I think right now, of course, it's a bit risky to be out of Bitcoin, even though the chances are very high that we're going to drop down towards the low 30s. But time-wise, it's of course very risky because we are about to get the Bitcoin halving in a couple of months, and you definitely want to be mostly all in into Bitcoin before that bull run towards new all-time highs is starting, because otherwise you're gonna chase the price always and wait for the next dip, and maybe this dip is never coming, and then you will miss out to buy cheap Bitcoin before the next Bitcoin halving. That's why I think it is risky to be out of Bitcoin or to cash out a little bit out of Bitcoin right now to then buy cheaper in, but you should be prepared for that scenario that could be happening, of course.
Okay. We want to hear your opinion, Josh Global.
What do you think, Josh? Are we on the way to new all-time highs right now,
All
or
right.
What are your bets?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you? I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear
I
you.
don't know
Go
if you can
ahead.
hear me. And oh, all right, all right, all right. So thank you. And I I'm not gonna look at the way Bitcoin is the ups and downs, just like how every other person is gonna look like it, because we've seen Bitcoin pass through so many ups and downs. All right, I would call Bitcoin the mother of all coins, and we've seen how Bitcoin has been able to survive. All right, not taking us down to the history lane or the memory lane. We see how that at some points Bitcoin has been termed to be dead. All right, and all of a sudden we see how it surges and it comes up and everything. So this is really a sign of hope. All right, so but currently we can see how that it's looking bearish. All right, and just like we've said, we should prepare for bearish in the market, new low, but but of course it's still gonna go up. All right, and it's gonna happen swiftly, very fast. And all right, it's those that can really maximize the volatility of the markets. All right, that are really going to get from it. All right, so we can see that the Bitcoin price appears to to have some pullback. All right, to have some pullback. That's after the marking after marking an interim high of around I think $48,000. Right, and then we can see a drop in the momentum. All right, we can see a drop in the momentum. All right, but I'm so optimistic though. I'm so optimistic. All right, because the price is likely to plunge beyond the pivotal support levels. All right, I don't really want to go into too many technicals. All right, so and also we can see how that
Mike is gone, I think.
No, it's
can you hear me?
muted.
No,
Can you hear me?
It was
yeah, no,
I
muted.
think am I back now? Oh,
Go ahead.
oh, all right. So we can see, like, just like I said, the price may still drop. All right, we should expect like 38. We should expect 30. All right, in coming days. All right, even talking about this January. Of course, January is closely wrapping up, and there's so many questions as to what price or which price um, Bitcoin is going to close up with in January. All right, there's so many speculations around that. We've seen so many predictions. All right, well, we can see that the 2024 trading of BTC, of course, we all know that it started on a positive note. All right, we see how that it rise. It went to like 45,800 or so. All right, and then it quickly led to a reasonable pullback, and we see the fall of $40,000. And also, I don't really want to go into that. And we can see, and then it's not a weakness to me. All right, I won't see that as a weakness. Just like I said, that Bitcoin has gone through so many ups and downs. How that there's so many speculations, and people has asked me so many stuff like, is Bitcoin dead? All right, but I can boldly say that we should prepare for you know so many new lows, and of course new high. All right, and there's so many speculation. I believe Bitcoin is going to hit 50,000. All right, in coming weeks. All right, just make sure um your risk management is well intact. If you're not holding for the long, because in less than 80 days we are going to be having Bitcoin halving. All right, we're going to be having Bitcoin halving. Yeah, all right. So you have to ensure that your risk management is intact. It really has to be intact, just like we all know this fear of missing out. All right. There's so many stunts that are still gonna happen. All right. So I just want to stop at that. I would like to stop at that, and we're moving from there. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, perfect.
All right. Yeah.
What do you think about the all the political geopolitical things that are affecting it, that can affect the price of crypto world, of crypto coins?
All right. Can you
I
come again with that? Can you come again with that? Let me. Can you Can you come again with the question, please?
Yeah, I was trying to analyze with you what are the what can push the price up or down outside of crypto, like political, geopolitical stuff, economic things. Because at the end, crypto is not only it's not only around crypto. It's around an economic world that is affected by all kind of news and things. I was watching something about the elections in U.S. What do you think? Probably you can find Biden against Trump at the end of the race, and what will happen if these two guys come up? Because not everything is around the technical analysis, but you can add some fundamentals in it. What do you think, Alessandro? Do you have a view about this,
well,
or
such
Josh?
political things, I think it's just short-term driven, but probably they will pump up the markets because they want to be re-elected, or they want to show that everything is working fine. So probably towards the election, we most likely gonna see all kind of stocks and everything pumping like crazy. They probably are going to print again all the more money, and also time wise, I think that for Bitcoin is going to be a good thing, because it's going to be good for Bitcoin, because like also you say that most likely towards the end of this year we are going to reach a new all-time high for Bitcoin, not the high of this next cycle, but starting to create new all-time highs. I think it's going to be most likely like October, November this year. And until then, we are going, like I also said, until April, May, most likely be chopping around 30 to 40K. And then after the Bitcoin halving, maybe a couple of weeks or months afterwards, then slowly start to raise. And then October, November, probably create new all-time highs. And this also probably will have also coincidence with yeah with the election, and this will probably also fire up, doesn't matter who becomes the next president, the markets even more. I think also the stock market will be profiting a lot from that, and then of course also fire up the crypto market even more, until we're going to reach probably the next cycle high in the stock market, and also for the Bitcoin price, probably then late 2025, somewhere there, I would guess, like time wise, and that the election will have some kind of an impact like that. I think
We
so.
will need to
Very
we
hard
will
to time.
yeah, we will need to see what the regulation they're pushing in, or during the campaigns, what they are showing each side
Yeah,
at that
yeah, but
point.
all the such regulations, I think maybe short term there could be some price effects, but over the long term, at the end, I don't think that this will have too much of an impact. Whatever regulations there will be incoming for crypto.
Okay. What do you think, Josh?
All right. Of course, we know that there's so many factors that could affect, right, the price of
No
I
way.
think now we have some problems with the audio, Josh. We cannot hear you.
Can you still
We
hear
need
me, please?
to.
Sorry.
Yeah, you came back. You're going and leaving, coming and going.
All right. Thank you. All right. So let's quickly speak politically. All right. So we can see that why the crypto industry, all right, has made progress under, all right, the US president now. All right. You can see that the regulator environment has been far from favorable. That's the truth. All right. I don't know if you agree with me with that. All right. We see that during this time, crypto regulation has become an increasingly and I say we call it a partisan issue. All right. And I don't really want to go into, that. All right. But we can see that why the Senate is likely to revert the Republican standard about White House and the House of Representatives. All right. I really wouldn't want to bore us about that. But then I don't want to go to the into the details, but we should look for changes in price, all right, as to the elections. There's gonna be changes in price, all right. We should look for. That's why one of the things we do is to get more familiar with news. All right, I expect it to affect, the price in a positive way. I would say that, yeah. I expect, positive in a positive way. All right, because I really don't want to go into the details, but then let me just say that I expect it to affect, you know, it in a positive way. All right,
Okay. There's a
so
question here
that's
that
that.
I like around
I
the
believe you can hear
interest
me.
rate
All
cuts.
right.
I don't know. There's a question that I liked here about the Federal Rate Reserve. Sorry, the Fed's rate cuts or not, and when are they happening? As I told you, I'm more on the economic way views and this kind of stuff. And I believe that we have been in crypto. The crypto world has been built over really low rates, and after the pandemic, after the pandemic, everything went up. The inflation went up a lot, and the interest rates obviously got to an old high for the last 20 years. Remembering what happened in, I believe it was in 2002, 2002. Yeah, 2002 was the last time we had rates this high. So what I believe is that if with all the economic data that is coming in, um, we're seeing that the rates will probably not be cut in March, but probably will be cut in May or June. And we're having really expensive rates at this time. Probably this will affect the market and the prices. This will delay a little bit the movement of the Bitcoin all-time high or the Bitcoin bull run, but it won't stop. As I believe, as Alessandro says, that probably can be a temporary thing, but at the end, it will be later to see. We will find later to get to an all-time high. So probably can be delayed because of these rate cuts, but the rate cuts will come in May. Probably the most probably thing it will be in May, not in March. So at the end, the money will come cheaper for people to invest in crypto or in any other thing like stocks. And we see that is like S&P 500. It's been touching for the last week. It's been growing and growing. It's over for it's all in an all-time high at this moment. I believe it was on Thursday that it touched a new all-time high. Obviously, it had a correction, but this movement will also come at the same time as Bitcoin and all the altcoins. As we were talking a bit before, I believe Bitcoin will be the leader, then will be Ethereum, and then all the old altcoins. Sorry. So these movements have been the same for all the old, previous bull runs. So I believe you should, as Alessandro said, focus more on the Bitcoin at first, and then you can focus on the altcoins. And your portfolio should be diversified. It's not a financial advice. We're not financial advisors. We're just telling you about our journeys, but it's what I believe should the prices move at the end.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I think that's true. Yeah. That's why usually Bitcoin is making the first step, then Ethereum or like the big market cap coins are following, and then all the rest of the altcoins. That's why to diversify into some altcoins, you have enough time. Once Bitcoin is pushing hard to the upside or is creating new all-time highs, then you have enough time to diversify also into some altcoins. But until then, I would just focus on Bitcoin.
Yeah, sure. In my side, I'm focusing on between Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP are the three that I'm on the top, and having a couple of things in my portfolio, but altcoins that are some of them that are coming in the startup projects in Gate.io. I've been getting some money there because I believe there's a lot of nice projects that come in, but they will follow. There will be followers, not there won't be leaders.
Yeah.
So, guys, we're coming to almost the end, but and we have to select the winners. Who are Josh, you or Alessandro? Who are the winners for you from all the people that are watching and saying nice things here?
Well, for me, the first one that should
Yeah.
become, Josh, you have someone? For
No, no,
me, it would be
let me allow you to, you can go on.
the Goxel Turan, because he's always pushing his questions, and I found his question good, and I think we also have replied to him, and we have also his UID. So for me, this would be like the first winner. What about you guys? What do you think?
I like the one from that I told you about the Federal Reserve. I believe
Yeah.
it's a good question. It's not a law. It's not
Mm.
a chat GPT question for myself. I believe it's something like that. And I don't know if you have one for yourself, Josh.
Wow.
You're welcome, Goxel Turan.
Yeah, yeah. I would go with that. All right. I would go with that. That's um a very sensible question. So I would go with that.
But we need. I don't know if you want to select another one. There was one in Chinese that was asked and had a translation in the that I liked, but I tried to copy it to for you.
Um,
But I don't know if it was this
the,
one.
the
I
the
want
one
to check it out.
okay, one in
But
Chinese.
I don't.
I don't know. Yeah,
I
can you
think
please
the
check the
username is
translation?
Coinway.
Just so we can know what
Coinway.
is there.
Yeah, that was it. Coinway. 71,
Yeah, he
Okay.
51.
just he
Try
or
to
she
go through.
just put a post.
This one. I'm gonna copy this one also in the chat. It says, will the Bitcoin halving pull down the market again, causing the Bitcoin price and the broader market to plummet? Uh, I don't know if you want to focus on that question, answer that one, but it's something close to what we already said.
Yeah, but I wouldn't like count on such events like the Bitcoin halving. If it's going to be before or during or after the Bitcoin halving, it doesn't really matter. I don't think that Bitcoin halving will have like not the Bitcoin halving is the reason of a drop, but it's like the technicals and the markets that are leading into such a drop, not the Bitcoin halving. But after the Bitcoin halving, usually it's a time then when we have less supply for Bitcoin, and then over time, slowly this is going up on the price because we have less supply and less basically sellers, of course. But it doesn't have like impact from day one on. That's why also the event of the Bitcoin halving itself will probably have no impact in the price itself. It's just that the market cool offs now and then gears up for the next big bull run once the Bitcoin halving is here and once we have this cut in supply. Because we need also a lot of interest in order to bring the price up. Otherwise, it happens like on Litecoin. Litecoin also had the halving, and after the halving, it dropped like more than 50% because no one wants to have a Litecoin. So we also need,
Yeah.
of course, after the Bitcoin halving, a big interest in it. And now we have it because we have the ETF and so on, and everything will be again focused on the Bitcoin and Bitcoin halving and so on. And as soon as we have new all-time highs, then of course the media will catch it up and the price will explode.
Sometimes when the media comes in, it's time to sell. I don't know. When
Yeah, but
everyone comes in, it's
yeah,
time to sell.
that is true. Yeah, but it also takes some time. I
It
mean,
will
also
take
the
some time
last
to
bull
get.
run, the media came in. I mean, here at least in Switzerland, we had a lot of articles already talking about the halving when the halving was there and the price was at around 10 to 15,000, and then already you saw some articles. Will it explode again because we have right now the Bitcoin halving and so on? And during the bull run. Everyone was talking like the targets of 100k and higher levels, and then of course the price moved slowly 40, 50, 60k, and then for everyone it was clear that 100,000 will be incoming. But yeah, we're still waiting now for 100,000, so we didn't
Do
got it
you
yet.
have a Josh or you know? I don't know if Alessandro. Do you have a technical analysis you can share with the candles?
uh,
Are you good with that? I don't know if you can share it, but you,
I'm not sure if I can
yeah, you go down in the web page and you see the present, uh, just on the side of the settings, and you can share
yes,
your
I can share my screen,
yeah,
right?
you can share your screen. Yes, sir.
Let me see. um
And yeah,
can you see it now?
yeah, here we are. Wow, A lot of lines and a lot of good info.
Yes, because this is now the 3-hour time frame. Yeah, basically this is just what I mentioned before, that this is the weekly time frame now for Bitcoin. So after this huge run up, here in the lines chart, you can see that we created a very clear support at this yellow trend line. Every time Bitcoin is bouncing from it, we reach then here the upper line, which it was also hit here at 44K. Those are the closes. The candlestick chart, you can see we sometimes overshoot it, of course, to the upside or also to the downside, but the closes, they remain within this channel. So as long as Bitcoin remains in this channel, these are, of course, the take profits areas up here and the buy zones down here. And currently, we have it at around $32,000, this support trend line. And also, if we go over into the monthly, I mean, this is like a long-term analysis and not short-term. If we go over into the monthly, you can see that we got a clear rejection at the top side of the Keltner channels. I like to always have a look here into the Keltner channels in the monthly time frame to see where we are in the bigger picture, because here you can see that we are more at the top of the rally than at the beginning of the rally, like down here. And you can see that Bitcoin is always getting rejected by the top side of the Keltner channels after a bear market rally, and then retraces back to the median line. And this is where we more or less got the halving and then started a big bull run towards new all-time highs. And new all-time highs we get only when we have monthly closes above the top side of the Keltner channels, like here. When we retrace back into the Keltner channels, we have it again as a resistance, like here at 69K. We didn't close above the top side of the Keltner channels. And at the end, we had this massive crash. And now again, we got rejected from the top side of the Keltner channels. Most likely, over the next coming months, we will come down to the median line, perfectly matching this support from the weekly at $32,000, $31,000. And when we set a base here, then we're most likely going to see that bull run towards new all-time highs, because therefore we need monthly closes above the top side of the Keltner channels, currently at 46K. If we would see monthly closes above 46K before the Bitcoin halving, for example, if this month suddenly we are running up above 46K and we close above, then I think we will repeat something like that when Bitcoin is going parabolic here to the upside. Also here in 2017, you can see that as soon as we have monthly closes above the top side of the Keltner channels, we see those parabolic run-ups. Always then we have those parabolic run-ups. Whenever we are having monthly closes within the Keltner channels, so below the top of side of the Keltner channels, we have it always as a resistance. And time-wise, it happens after the Bitcoin halving that we start to close monthly closes above, and then we have those parabolic run-ups. And until then, we get rejected, like also here, come back down to the median line. And once we have the Bitcoin halving, we start that big bull run towards new all-time highs. And here, those candles, they look like nothing, but from the top to the bottom, this is also a minus 37% correction. This looks like nothing, but it's actually quite a lot. And if we repeat that here again, if from the top here we would correct like 37%, this would bring Bitcoin to $30,000. So again, matching perfect the target here at the low 30s. That's why I think at the 30K area, it would be a very, very good price opportunity, a buy opportunity if we're coming down to those price levels. So this is why I believe that over the next coming weeks and months, we will most likely retrace down to that price level, if nothing like big is happening, because sometimes we have black swan events where we have a big crash, but those can also be on the good side, that we have like a God candle to the upside to $60,000-$70,000 immediately. But of course, no one can predict that, and also you cannot trade them. You cannot base your analysis on that. You can only base your analysis on the indicators, and of course what happened also in the past of Bitcoin. Because also if you disregard here the big crash in 2020, everyone knows what happened there. If you disregard those two candles, if you just delete them, then Bitcoin would have traded sideways here nicely along the median line of the Keltner channels until the Bitcoin halving, and then created new all-time highs, and then started a big bull run towards new all-time highs, like towards the cycle top.
The timeline for that is weekly, yeah?
This is the monthly time frame.
Monthly. Okay, monthly.
Yeah, this is the monthly time frame. So this is what I'm using, like, to have long-term analysis to see where we are at right now, where it's good to buy for the long term, and also where, of course, it's good to take some profits.
Okay. So guys, I need to leave and I think we're almost an hour in. I wanted to thank you for your time and the time of Joshua Global. Everything that you two have taught me is amazing. We sharing our thoughts about Bitcoin, about XRP, and I believe you two have a new fan from my side.
Yes, it was great to talk to you guys. It was fun. Hope to be back.
Very well.
We
Thank
hope
you so much.
we can get Josh with a better microphone next time.
All right.
It will be amazing to hear you more.
Yeah, maybe even the camera working would be
very
great.
well. And I'm also gonna put on my camera next time, and I would love to share, chats. I was really educated. All right. Thank you so much, Alexandra. Thank you so much, Bunny. It's nice.
Thank you, Josh.
Nice.
Ernie,
Yeah.
and
It was a
everyone
nice
that
session
was
with you
in
guys.
the live stream, of course.
Yeah. So see you next time, guys, and hope
See
you
you
can
next time,
follow us,
guys.
the three of us in the channels. We have amazing information. We have live every time, every week in Gate.io, and obviously we have other channels you can reach us out. But the idea is to follow us in Gate.io. That is part of the people that invited us here, and they're doing amazing with the exchange.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Have a
All
nice
right.
one. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Have a great
That's so
one.
true.
Have a great weekend. Bye,
All right.
guys.
Bye. Bye,
Bye
guys.
bye.
Do
Bye.
have a lovely weekend.